Good afternoon. Today, I will talk to you, share my perspective on the three dilemmas that any enterprise that's scaling CD deals with. The dilemma of choice, which I think one of the previous presenters presented, the dilemma of control, and the dilemma of intelligence. Sorry, this is not working. All right. Sorry about that. So looking at the last 5 years, innovation has been accelerating. For example, progressive deployments, GitOps, Kubernetes has become mainstream. This transformation has been fueled by community platforms such as the ones like Spinnaker, Argo. So a big thank you to CDF. Now, what's going on? All right. So the dilemma of choice is as scale increases in any company, the diversity of use cases increase, like tools, apps, infra, delivery models increase, and it's hard, if not impossible, for any vendor or community to be able to support their needs. So the dilemma of choice is how do we support these delivery mechanisms needed by businesses? So OpsMx approach is to have what we call the OpsMx OpenCD. So it allows for the flexibility to have best of CDs platforms so that developers can choose their use cases. And OpenCD is built on Spinnaker and Argo. And the experience is unified in the sense that the workflow choice drives the underlying CD use. Now, the next is the dilemma of control. So dilemma of control deals with control, visibility, governance. So they're kind of two extremes. On one extreme, there's a full isolation, not much needed for control visibility. This is typically when you start off in small companies, you start. And then the other extreme, you have full control, no independence, which is neither of them is good. So we need a happy combination of both. So the question really is, how can we ever have an isolated autonomous team that operates its CD with the central oversight? And this is especially needed for large enterprises. So at OpsMx, we approach this dilemma with what we call the decentralized control. Decentralized control is implemented with a construct called DevOps workspaces. This is, if some of you know the Kubernetes namespace, it's essentially Kubernetes namespace creates a sort of a virtual distributed system for you. Similarly, a DevOps namespace creates a virtual distributed DevOps space for you. So the DevOps workspaces enables autonomous teams to have independence without the overhead of operating a separate CD. And then for the central teams, it enables a way to have an oversight and have the required control. So the third is the dilemma of intelligence. Most enterprises have complex processes with approvals, governance, audit steps. Currently, they're very manually intensive steps. And at scale and speed, when you start sort of scaling your CD or you need something fast, you have to automate these steps through intelligence. So when you look at this, sort of people always start with a manual, doing a lot of the approvals manually, and then we need to get to a fully automated. And in the middle, there are lots of these, there's crawl, walk, run kind of intelligence steps. So the main question, if we have to get there, then how do we get from where we are, which is mainly manual or pockets of intelligence that we have custom built, companies have custom built, to a fully automated model. So OpsMx approach is to have intelligence automation layer. The intelligence automation layer essentially is, think of it, it starts with a data collection. It collects data from all your DevOps tools. And then an enterprise can automate, initially starting with repetitive tasks of low value, like approvals and so on and so forth. And then you bring in a more advanced sort of AI, ML on top of the data to assess risk, etc. And ours is a modular approach, means that today we have 4 modules, intelligence modules, and it can fit in even with your existing CD. There's sort of no rip and replace. So in summary, if you want to scale a CD, you typically will have 3 dilemmas: dilemma of choice, dilemma of control, and dilemma of intelligence. And our approach is to have an open CD, a decentralized control, and an intelligence automation to essentially help you scale. So thank you.